Hi everyone, my name is Jane Tran. I'm a class of 2019 Piedmont Hills alumni, and I'm an incoming second year at UC San Diego's Thurgood Marshall College, majoring in general biology and possibly minoring in public health or psychology. I chose to go to UC San Diego because it was the best option for my future. I'm looking for a career in the pre-health field, and UC San Diego has the means for me to reach that goal. They have medical school and hospitals on their campus, and I think everyone's going to have a different perspective on what the perfect school for them might be. So I think it's important for them to just look at all the resources the school offers and finds what fits best for you. So UC San Diego is on a quarter system, like most of the UCs, excluding Berkeley. I think most CSUs are on a semester system. Yes, so I am currently a UC San Diego Thurgood Marshall College orientation leader. So I kind of spent the end of spring quarter and summer training to create a good impression for incoming students and making sure they feel comfortable, especially with everything that's going on right now with COVID. And I am also looking to work in the pre-health field, like I said previously. So I recently got basic life support certified, and I'm looking for a clinic to volunteer at and earn some experience. And then hopefully next summer I can get EMT certified to get more clinical hours. I am actually in a fraternity, and it's called a fraternity because it's a professional one, so girls can also join it. So it's called Delta Epsilon Mu, stands for DEM, and it's the nation's premier pre-health co-ed fraternity. And it's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of new people who are like-minded and motivated to enter the pre-health field. And I am currently serving as their treasurer, and what I do in that aspect is just handle the finances, determining like the membership fees and facilitating donations and fundraisers. I'm also a part of the philanthropy and social committee. So the cost of dorms definitely varies per college, and you should definitely go and look onto your school's website, find out how much it'll cost. I think with COVID, the prices are a little bit adjusted. I can look it up for UC San Diego. It seemed like it was a little bit higher just because social distancing. But for mine, I think I paid around $13,000 a year for a triple. And it's a little expensive, but for UC San Diego at least, the cost of housing is combined with the cost of dining. So that kind of makes it a little bit better. And obviously, once you move off campus, it'll hopefully become a little cheaper. It depends on what area you're in. Yeah, once again, I don't want to speak for all colleges just in case there are some colleges who might not give you the option, but I think both give you the option to either randomize or choose. And I ended up choosing my roommates, and I did that through the Facebook UCSD Class of 2023 Facebook group. And you just like kind of introduce, people are posting on that Facebook group and introducing themselves, and you can see who fits best for you. And I highly recommend that you try to find someone to room with, just because it's a higher chance that they'll match your personality better. There's no guarantee, but it's a little bit better. And if you don't end up liking your rooming situation, just keep in mind it's only a year and it's going to go by a lot faster than you realize. I really enjoyed living in a dorm. I think it was a really good way for me to make friends. I'm still friends with all my roommates today and all my suite mates too, because I was living kind of in like a corridor kind of thing. And it's really convenient for you to go to different events on campus. I think, so we have so UC San Diego has like a welcome week event kind of thing, and I'm pretty sure other campuses should, but when I first got to campus, I walked like around miles a day, just going to different events. And I'd encourage everyone to really put themselves out there, because everyone's trying to make friends, and your friendship making skills will be reciprocated. I usually go home for all my longer breaks. Like if they're longer than 3 days, sometimes I'll go home for 3-day breaks too. It just depends how I'm feeling. But I go home for breaks that are longer than 3 days, and I go home for holidays too. And I'm kind of fortunate where my parents are in the position where they can come visit me whenever they'd like. So it's kind of nice, and it's also because I'm kind of living or going to college in an area where it's only like a 1-hour flight away, so it's really nice. I definitely do get homesick. I think fall quarter was probably the hardest, just because it was like the biggest adjustment period. But I do like to tell my family and friends and my dog. But a perk of the quarter system is that it does go by really quick. So you kind of don't have time to feel homesick, if that makes sense. But it's definitely a different experience, and you'll only learn and grow from it. And you'll kind of be forced to become more independent since you're away from your family and friends. And you'll definitely, your first year of college, you'll learn who you want to be in the future. How about that? It really depends on, honestly, how I'm feeling. I usually try to go off campus and eat every weekend, just because I don't want to confine myself to just studying or whatever. And for UC San Diego, we're able to like use the bus system to go catch a bus and go eat where there's like Asian food or American food or whatever. But during the week, I usually eat in dining halls since I have classes. And if I get really bored of dining hall food, then I'll Postmate something. But it's also a good idea to keep some food stashed around. Like during final season, when I'm up studying super late, I just like grab some microwavable food and eat it. I think I went out a lot in the beginning just because I wanted to make a lot of friends and see what the school had to offer. Like I said before, I walked like 10 miles a day. But then once school started, like maybe the second or third week, I realized like, it's time to start studying. So during that time, I usually went out during the weekend or after I had a midterm, just like reward myself. I also like got involved in some orgs that let us go on some spontaneous adventures in the middle of the night. I have 2 little advice thingies. The first would be, don't buy books unless your professor explicitly tells you to, or someone who's taking the course tells you that you need it. A lot of professors, or the ones that I've had, ended up just using the books as supplemental material. And especially with COVID, they'll usually give you an online version just so it's fair for everyone. And there's also a lot of resources for you to get free books online. College is already super expensive, so saving money on books definitely helps. The second thing would be, don't be afraid to go to office hours, whether it's your TAs or your professor. Usually, I've learned that definitely for the beginning courses, your TAs end up being the one grading your stuff, so it might be better to go to theirs. But it's super useful, and it's a way to get to know your TA or professor on a personal level, and it would be useful if you want to get a letter of rec in the future.
And this concludes our dorming section. Special thanks to Jane for joining us, and stay tuned for more upcoming videos on our channel. Bye!